slice it up. You'll be able to
Oh,
impress.
yeah, I told you that.
Yeah, it'll be afterwards, my brother. I'm trying to get you.
How do you
there.
cook your steak?
We're gonna have a tomahawk party.
We're gonna have to
All
get
right.
you there. See, I know Mark seasoned his meat. You don't season your meat yet. We got Mark in here, the head of HR.
Yeah.
I season my meat, Mark. Don't let him lie to
Mark, salt and pepper don't count.
you. Season salt.
No.
You're getting there.
No.
You're almost there, Mark.
You're in the neighborhood.
You got 3 no's. You were voted off of season your meat.
The tribe has spoken.
The tribe has spoken.
Look,
Hand in your
I
torch.
just absorb in this situation, right? I'm not arguing with Jay on any of this. I just sit here and
He
I
just says
absorb.
yes. Yeah, he goes, yeah,
Exactly.
whatever Jay
Yeah,
said.
sure.
Whatever Jay said. We brought in Mark Onweiler because yesterday we were having a conversation about what NFL, when it comes to NFL and Major League Baseball, what affiliate, like who do we want to be partnered with in broadcasting their games, and why? Because from a numbers standpoint, our proximity and the success of the Kansas City Chiefs make them 1A as the option, but there are rules and boundaries to what each team tells us they need from us.
Mm-hmm.
And that plays into how we make the decision. The Bears are a part of the conversation, Bears and Cubs, right? So if we wanted to go Chicago-based, Bears and Cubs, we could also get the Bulls. Denver, you get the Broncos, you get the Nuggets, you get the Rockies. If that's, we wanted to just be in one place, you could do that. Milwaukee, you could do that with the Packers and Bucks and Brewers, you could do that. But there's always caveats. There are always things that each of these organizations ask for that play a part of the decision. And so Mark has the longevity in dealing with them. So let's start with the NFL, because I wanted to we currently carry the Broncos.
We do.
And
I don't know if people know that.
Right? We carry the Broncos and we carry their broadcast.
Mm-hmm.
We have access to their pregame show. So if we wanted to carry the 2 games it's 2 hours pregame.
I believe that's right. Yeah.
2 hours pregame, 2 hours postgame.
Mm-hmm.
If we wanted to just run that, but we have so much Sunday programming, local programming.
Yeah, it's rare that we get to
do all of that. So for you, like in your communications, let's start with Jay's Minnesota Vikings because I thought many. My thought was, Jay. Here's my thought: was that if it's Minneapolis, you could actually fly direct from Lincoln to Minneapolis to Minneapolis. We could actually do a fan trip. Like we could actually do a fan trip to Minneapolis. For the Twins and the Bucks, right? But you can do that from Omaha.
Even if you hopped on a bus and took a 6-hour bus drive or something like that,
Right, we could do that.
No.
Look at you.
Look at
that. Mark, you tripping, man. Mark tripping.
Right. So we asked the text line who they wanted us to cover. And then we could make 6 hours. What's the bus ride to Chicago to watch the Cubs?
It's like 8 hours.
8 hours,
Yeah.
and then KC is two and a half hours. So there's something there. What are the restrictions to us just going and attacking Kansas City Chiefs and Royals to be the next thing?
Well, for those who have been with the ticket for a long time, we were Royals affiliates through their World Series years. And unfortunately, at that point, they had some other...
They got too big for their britches?
They had some other corporate tie-ins that they felt obligated to. So they decided to go a different direction here in the market, and went with a different station, and are still tied in with that station. Same thing with the Chiefs. They've been, I believe, with one station for as long as I can remember, and so there are contracts in place there that exist that you'd have to work through. They're not necessarily insurmountable hurdles, but they are hurdles nonetheless.
Could we get the Chiefs? Is that possible in your thinking?
I don't know. I've never progressed down the road far enough to know what it would take to pry them away.
Right. They never give us that.
Yeah.
We never.
Yeah.
What about St. Louis?
St. Louis is interesting. One, no longer a football town, right?
But we could carry the Rams if that's what we wanted.
Well, sure.
Right. If we wanted to do that.
Does St. Louis still hold?
No, that's why they're
claim?
not. That's why they're not there anymore.
Right. They did it when they were there.
But could we go with the baseball Cardinals?
it would be an interesting move just because they are the enemy of what is the most hometown team you have. Right. So you're kind of getting in bed with, and we had that same conversation, whether it was the Cardinals or the White Sox or someone like that. Just like, do you want to go with a rival of the team that most people here, the majority anyway, are a fan of? And there's arguments to be made either way. That maybe you do want to go with the rival.
There's something to that
Yeah,
from a marketing, from a branding standpoint. The text line asked, and let's be clear. I had several people ask yesterday about the Cowboys, and I will say this to you: as long as I am affiliated with this station, this will never be an Evil Empire affiliate.
We were for a year or two. We were an unofficial Cowboys affiliate. We were never officially.
Jay Foreman.
I'm not. I mean, I can't even believe somebody even texted.
They texted that.
I would have been like, next.
No. Abdul Muhammad asked me. He goes, "What about the Cowboys?" Peter Ferguson. What about the Cowboys? No chance.
What about them?
Yeah, no chance.
What about the Cowboys?
Zero chance.
It's probably a Chiefs. I mean, it's probably a Chiefs, right?
Bears.
Chiefs or
Bears. So you could do, if we could get the Cubs and the Bears, would that make?
You know, I'm curious, and with most of these teams outside of Kansas City, I know they've got diehards. The problem I run into is, so say 50% of the market is a Kansas City fan.
Mm-hmm.
So then you've got the other 50% that's just about evenly divided between Green Bay, Denver, Minnesota, Pittsburgh, Dallas, Chicago. And you're down to about 5% of the market that's a fan of any one of these teams.
Right.
It's just such a small slice of the pie.
Well, but the Steelers are so passionate. The 49ers are passionate because of their past connection to all the Husker greats that played for them when they were exceptional. Right? That there is a 49er core group. The Steelers are everywhere. The Black and Gold Club is everywhere.
That's true.
The Raiders,
Davis would be very happy.
Raider Nation, everywhere. Like no matter what it is, and because you put them on and they have that national brand, people that aren't necessarily fans of them would still pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're just a football fan, and it's the Raiders that are playing us enough to still listen. I'm not sure that was the case for the Bears.
It'd probably be.
What?
In Kansas City,
yeah, I mean,
and the Royals. There's a lot of people that like the Royals, even though they booty.
They used to be good.
Yeah, they go back. The Royals are like the Arizona Cardinals back when I was playing, where it's like they would bring up all these Hall of Fame players, and then they would go somewhere else and win championships.
Texter says Chiefs are not 50%, maybe 25%.
You think so?
Let me look at our poll.
This is from the check. Yeah, we did a poll.
Look at our poll.
That's what I'm saying.
Bill said,
that's what I'm talking. Well, first of all, Bill, you first said why not the Cowboys? What's wrong with you? See, you just lost. First of all, then his previous text he says if Mark Stoops is available, I think it's a complete no-brainer. Bill, what's right?
See,
we got to start doing. Then he went from Mark Stoops to the Cowboys. Then he started laughing, so that lets me know he was joking. Hopefully, and then now he's talking about Buffalo. And now he's coming to reality.
So as we do this, and we'll send Mark into the pool with said information to consider. But so option 1A, if we were really listening to the fan base, that Chiefs and Royals would be option 1A and 1B if we could get them without having to go into foreclosure to do so.
Yeah, I think so. Especially having done business with, I've never worked with the Chiefs, but working with the Royals, you're working with the Royals.
Yeah, like they invite you in.
Yeah,
they give you credentials. They give you tickets. They want you to do events.
The listeners are really part of the Royals family at that point, and that's fantastic. That's something.
Well, we could do a bus trip to Kansas City. Like we
did. Absolutely.
Right, like we could do a bus trip. Well,
we do like an RV or something.
Jay can stay home. That's
Nate.
Fine.
Can you drive an RV?
Nope. I can learn.
We could do an RV trip.
I'll learn.
We'll do an RV trip, podcast and stuff the whole
way. Right? Like
we'll do that. We need an RV driver, a big one.
But get our own Madden.
For what it's worth, the poll yesterday came out 56% Chiefs, 13% Broncos and Vikings, respectively, and then other was 18%.
18% of other folks.
Who the Chiefs?
So the Chiefs were 50. The Chiefs were over 50%.
Rubber duck. We got a Class A trucker.
We got a driver.
Rubber duck. I don't know what that means, but it sounds like it works.
Well, we could also charter a bus, and so nobody had to drive, and we can go and we could put beverages in the back. We could
Look at my man right
we
here.
could grill out and do our thing.
Don't even got a name on there. 1412.
Right.
I'll drive the RV for cheap too.
Right.
There we go.
Right.
So
So
you had me that you'll drive it, but when you said you do it for cheap,
yeah,
I don't want.
hired.
I don't want to. No, I don't want a cheap RV driver. Mess
tomorrow.
around being the Platte River.
Tomorrow we'll ask the question because I think for football and baseball we kind of know, but we also know we'll find out what the boundaries are.
Yeah, for sure.
And whether it's financially doable for us to make that decision. Again, it could just stick with the Broncos since we know what they want and they're able. Now they're terrible about their credentials and giving tickets, but there's
And a little bit on the field too.
Yeah, a little bit of that kind of. Well, that part we can't do anything. We can't do it. Look, as we know about the Huskers, we can't control the product on the field. Mark Onweiler, thank you, kind
Thanks,
sir.
guys.
All right, we'll throw the break. More with the Husker Hall of Famer Jay Foreman when we come back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7ticketfm.com.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full Butcherman retail store is wonderful for members with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals. Hopcat exists at the intersection of great beer and delicious food, complemented by music, art, community, and comfort. Home to a best-in-class beer experience served by craft beer experts, guests can expect a casual, inviting local gathering place with some of the best damn burgers and fries you'll find in Lincoln. Hopcat is your pregame headquarters for basketball and volleyball all season long. Hopcat is located at 6th and P in the Haymarket. To plan your next trip to Hopcat, visit www.hopcat.com. Join DP and Jay Foreman for Old School Thursday from 4 to 6 p.m. at the Scarlet Hotel at Innovation Campus. The guys will be broadcasting from the Barred Owl Patio Bar on the top floor. Come see the best views in town with great drinks on Thursday from the Scarlet Hotel at Innovation Campus.
You had to know I set out to make a crisp, juicy chicken sandwich. Wouldn't make it in just one, it'd make it all 12. Like lemon, pepper, arrow, hickory smoked barbecue, and OG hot. So why have one new favorite chicken sandwich when you can have 12? Try the new sauced and tossed Wingstop chicken sandwich today for only $5.49 at Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Valid for a limited time and available at participating Wingstop locations only while supplies last. Price subject to applicable taxes and fees.
Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends. That's the greatest compliment we can receive. If you've been in an accident, we'll get you back in your vehicle as quickly as possible. Our technicians care about you and your family and repair your vehicle to factory standards. We handle your claim from start to finish and provide a free loaner car. Stop by for a free estimate. Eustace Body Shop, just south of 88th and Highway 2.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Casey's General Stores is giving away 2 tickets to each Nebraska football home game this season. To enter, just head to any Casey's General Store location in Lincoln during the football season, scan the QR code at the front counter, and fill out the online form. One winner will be chosen at random 2 days before that week's game. So head over to Casey's, stock up on all your tailgating snacks and drinks, and register to win 2 tickets to a Nebraska football game, brought to you by Casey's General Store and 93.7 The Ticket.
What does continuing education mean to you? At Southeast Community College, it means helping you advance. Whether that's a certification to help your current career or learning an entirely new career in healthcare, trades and industry, or computers and technology, SCC can help you take the next step. Financial assistance is available too. Learn more about our continuing ed classes at southeast.edu/continuing education. SCC, your path to personal and professional development.
Are you looking for some holiday fun right in the heart of downtown Lincoln? Bring your friends and family to Lincoln's largest drive-through Christmas lights experience. This show features countless high-quality lights in vibrant colors, holiday props, and favorite characters of the season, all synchronized to music to enjoy in your car. Start a new holiday tradition this year and experience the magic of Nebraska Christmas Light Show at Haymarket Park from November 26th to January 3rd, 5 p.m. to midnight. Purchase tickets today at NebraskaChristmasLightShow.com.
The Heartland Diamond from Sartor Heyman Jewelers was born from an unrelenting desire for more sparkle. Designed to shine as bright as your love, the difference between the Heartland and the traditional cut is clearly visible with the naked eye. By adding 32 additional facets, our skilled craftsmen have created a masterpiece, a diamond that truly reflects your passion and desire. Stop in and see the brilliance of the Heartland Diamond for yourself. Exclusively at Sartor Heyman Jewelers, a Nebraska tradition since 1905.
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the ticket crew live from Tipsy Tina's in the Haymarket as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Brought to you by A1 Automotive, Mullen Motors, Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits, Bauer Underground, Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group, and Ritchie Brothers.
Nebraska fans, Brokers Insurance Agency in Lincoln is a proud donor of Nebraska Athletics. Brokers Insurance Agency is located at 33rd and A Streets in the heart of Lincoln. At Brokers, they can help you with all your insurance needs. Let them worry about your insurance so you have more time to enjoy the college football season. Call one of their licensed agents today at 402-420-5353 or visit their website at brokersinsurancene.com. Go Big Red.
Don't let high interest rates get you down. Acres has you covered. For a limited time, Acres, the nation's largest combine dealer, is giving you 2% fixed rate financing for 60 months on select used combines. With this incredible offer, you could save thousands. Visit your local Acres location or acres.com to check out the widest selection of low-hour, late-model combines available. Don't wait. The great deal runs out at the end of November. Subject to finance approval. Some restrictions apply. Offer ends November 30th, 2022.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hit it to us, Nathan. Give me that.
He be slow on the mic.
No, I'm just making sure you guys got your side combos. When you
we had stuff. So
break it down.
So over there in the gray section, so Nebraska puts out so in the game program, the weekly game program, right?
Mm-hmm.
And each week, it's individual based on the team that they're playing, but in this case, Nebraska's front page is usually, here's the series breakdown. Of course, Wisconsin's on an 8-game win streak against the Huskers. They talk about all these things. And then about 4 pages in, they go to the Nebraska football facts. Jay Foreman. So out of the 133 seasons that Nebraska has existed, Nebraska's played 133 seasons.
All right.
Couple of numbers jump out at me. There are 11 undefeated seasons.
Yeah.
There are 9 perfect seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect seasons. But then you get into the craziness. Of the 133 seasons, Nebraska has made a bowl game 53 times. 53 of 133. Not the numbers you would expect. Right, Nathan? Like, this is the blue blood program.
I didn't expect that.
Right? 53.
But did they have a bowl game all the way 133 years?
Yeah, 53. But peep
133 years ago, they had but they probably had 4, so this doesn't really exist.
So, but of the 53 times Nebraska's made a bowl game, Nathan, what do you think their record is? 53 bowl games.
35-18.
Jay?
I don't know. I'm trying to look.
Nebraska's 26-27.
Oh.
Shocking to me.
Oh, yeah. No, that's not shocking to me.
Oh, so
no, because they were playing in so many big bowls against teams that were better than them because they were winning the Big 8 and losing. That isn't really shocking.
Like I was stunned. Like as an outsider, I was stunned. So then it goes into numbers, and it shows how great the program was in the stretch. Legitimate. The number of college football Hall of Fame players, 20. But I was wrong. Jay Foreman, how many Nebraska coaches are in the College Football Hall of Fame? How many
coaches are 6?
Can you name them?
I don't care. Only one I care about is Tom Osborne.
Right? Like, well, I didn't think 6. I thought Devaney and Osborne.
Oh yeah, who else?
Okay.
Solich?
No. So there are 6. Eddie Robbie Robinson, who coached the Bug Eaters back in 1896-97.
Nice.
Won the Western Association that they were in, finished first. The Bug Eaters are in the College Football Hall of Fame.
How about that?
Right? Fielding Yost is in Nebraska coach. Dana Bible.
Don't even know any of these dudes.
And then the greatest coaching name in Nebraska history, Biff Jones. Biff Jones is a Nebraska coach who is in the College Football Hall of Fame.
Man, that's
that, Jay?
Bro, like
that's back when they had like 8 colleges.
Man.
they just reaping the benefits of a circumstance.
That's when their mascot was Corn Man.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. A couple other things, right? That Nebraska's again. So you've had the consecutive sellout streak, and of those years where there's a sellout, Nebraska's record during those 388 games is 317-71. And then you kind of ask the question, what was it before, like 6 years ago? That the number was just bananas. It was like 300 and against 40. So that's how dominant the program was for that stretch from 62 to current. Jay, the numbers are fantastic. 428 wins in Memorial Stadium. 911 wins all time. When you think about it, but then you also have to know that in the Big Ten Conference, Nebraska's record is 126 and 123.
Well, that's versus Big Ten teams.
Versus Big Ten teams. In Big Ten play, they're 46 and 55.
Yeah. 50-50 pretty much at home. And 8 below on away, and then 0-2 in neutral sites.
Right.
Which is obviously Ireland.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But how good this team was against when they were number one, as the number one team, when Nebraska was number one, and playing against ranked teams, this Husker program was 46-7-1. Jay Foreman, y'all did some work.
Yeah, we did a little something.
Y'all did some heavy lifting.
We did a little something, man. I mean, it's just part of the deal, man. It's part of your DNA, man. That's the thing is, I know that like people, wonder how you be good. It's sports is simple. I think it really gets off track when it's not made simple. I know people are asking whether I'm really coaching at a high school or not. I'm volunteering, so it's volunteers. You're volunteering. That's not a full time.
You're not even getting a stipend? Come on,
No.
Jay Foreman.
I'm not. I guess in LPS you got to be a teacher. Or like
you can be an ad hoc coach and receive a stipend. You can't do that in Lincoln Public Schools.
So that's why I'm volunteering.
Okay,
and it's volunteered around what I got going on. But it's very. I coach club basketball, and I always wondered why Lincoln sports struggle. Because if you go to whatever that mall is that's up around here, and you just walk around and go to different sporting events. I go to a lot of high school games. I like to watch a lot of high school sports, and it's like you see the kids that that's I've coached against and watched. I watch the Omaha kids and kids from all over the state as well in the summer. Lincoln is they just got it all wrong.
But you've seen the product of this area in basketball in the AAU and travel ball. You've seen
I've seen the product, but then also I've seen how teams when I was in college and after college were good.
Mm-hmm.
I've also know who one of my best friends, Sean Bryson, who has a very good. It's like a international school where they it's kind of like an IMG but for international kids. So they work with Bjorn Warner. So a lot of kids go play. They'll come from Europe, and so they'll end up going. He has a kid going.
They're getting Americanized, and they'll play in the
a kid that just signed, just committed to South Florida. But there's kids that are from the U.S. that go there as well. So the way I talk to him all the time, how you build a program. He's like, Jay, He's like, our freshman teams are dudes, reserve. Everybody's the expectation is the same, so it creates good competition. Nothing's really handed out to him, so it's really interesting. And they also have like a feeder system to where he's out recruiting. He's out, and it's not recruiting like you think of, like, hey, we're going to give you like a McDonald's gift card for a year. It's more or less being there and being, they know who he is, like in around, because he's down in Nashville, so he has to go around the surrounding areas and recruit kids and get them, in his system and stuff. Whereas like in Omaha, that's what they do.
Do you think that and this word keeps popping up here, development?
That's part of it as well.
Right, that's a way to cross the bridge for football, for basketball,
it's all the
for
same.
baseball. That development, and why aren't there academies, coaches who specialize in the development of things that will help players play at the Power 5 level and identifying what those things are? Because a lot of it is academic. Like I figured out in Virginia and Texas that the academic difference. A player that averages 15 points but carries a 2.0 isn't the same prospect as a 15-point player who carries a 3.0. A 15.0 points a game basketball player who plays defense as though his pants are on fire is different than the kid who falls back in the zone and kind of lets things happen around him. There's a difference in that. How can we get the development of those types of players here in Lincoln moving? How does that happen?
I don't know.
Like
I don't know. I mean, well, it's got to be a collective effort, and you got to it's all about structure, man. It's like
having program leads actually put actual leaders at the bottom of their program so that the standard is raised.
Yeah, you got to. It's about structure. It's about continuity, and all that type of stuff. And you got to understand, I think their idea of basketball is different than Omaha. Like a couple years ago, Omaha, I think it was probably one of the best state tournaments I've ever watched. That's including when I was playing. I know Khalid Al-Amin, when he hit the shot, he got on ESPN. He got up on the media table, and that was pretty exciting, right? And he had Sam Jacobson was in there, which was the equivalent of Class C or B, and I think he averaged 30. I mean, it was a really, but this the one when they had Hunter Salas and all those dudes. And I don't know.
That was two years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago, and then they had.
And last year was pretty good.
Last year was really good too, but I'm talking about the depth. From the was it team 8 to 1? It was pretty dang good basketball.
Yeah, last year was teams 1 through 4.
So what people didn't understand that those teams were scoring like 70, 80, 90 points a game, and then I talked to the Miller coach about this, but the structure that they play with allowed them to be superior in times of pressure. And when you think you roll out 5 guys in for Miller North, they end up going Division I. And then the dude that got the player of the year that's going to Creighton, he was coming off the bench, right? And then they got some other guys there. Guys have just been waiting. It's the structure to where when they have to play, it's seamless. So that's where the development comes from. But it's structure. It's not roll the ball out, jack around, and try to do some stuff you see on Instagram. You're not going to win.
Well, they're trying to occupy 14-year-olds instead of develop 14 and 15.
Because they see Steph Curry, and they just want to be Steph Curry.
But you're not going to win that way.
No.
You're not going to win big that way. And then you're always going to be left with like, what if? How do you have, you know what I mean?
How many basketball programs in Lincoln proper have a legitimate shot to win a state title in basketball?
This year, I think it's going to be good competition.
On any given year. Like, how often does it happen?
I don't know.
Where Lincoln teams, normally it's the Metro.
Yeah.
But
see, like when I was coming up, like I think Northeast won like 4 or 5 in a row, and I think this year, talent wise, I don't know about team wise, and people don't understand the difference between having talent and team. You do because you coach.
Yeah.
Talent wise, this is going to be a good year for Lincoln. Southwest has talent. Lincoln High has got they're an old team. Lincoln Southeast, Lincoln East is always
like the
good.
girls have figured it out.
But you know what you want to know why they figured it out? They figured it out because of the lasers. You know what I mean? The program here, and they figured it out because the head coach of the basketball team is visible.
She's out there. She's out there doing
visible. I don't want to speak for her, but I've seen her. So if I see her at tournaments, I'm sure everybody else does. the lasers, and then it's continuity from there to their and it's but if you ever got a chance to watch how the lasers practice, it's extreme structure. I mean, when I talk about extreme structure, it's fast paced, up and down the court, but it's structured, and
there are rules to play.
And people don't understand that.
And you can play fast, but there are rules to if this, then this, if not this, then that.
Yeah.
But let's put a pin there. I do want to go into the women's game because I think you're going to have a greater impact in this thing than I think you know. I want to talk about that, and then we'll get into Wisconsin top of the hour.
Yeah.
And let's break that down.
Yeah.
More of that on Old School when we come back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket. TicketFM.com.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 9th and P or at 1501 Center Park Road.
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the Ticket crew live from Tipsy Tina's in the Haymarket as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Brought to you by A1 Automotive, Mullen Motors, Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits, Bauer Underground, Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group, and Ritchie Brothers.
This is Lindsay Teal from the Nebraska Golf Team. If you're looking for a Christmas gift for the avid golfer in your life, don't give them something they can't even use until spring. Get them the gift of indoor golf from Double Eagle Golf. Grab a gift card for a stock stepper, the gift of a membership, and them gone. Their space is perfect for Christmas parties, courts, birthday parties, or anything else. See for yourself. Double Eagle Golf, just 5 minutes from downtown at the Kinetic Sports Complex on West Stowe Street.
Hopcat exists at the intersection of great beer and delicious food, complemented by music, art, community, and comfort. Home to a best-in-class beer experience served by craft beer experts, guests can expect a casual, inviting local gathering place with some of the best damn burgers and fries you'll find in Lincoln. Hopcat is your pregame headquarters for basketball and volleyball all season long. Hopcat is located at 6th and P in the Haymarket. To plan your next trip to Hopcat, visit www.hopcat.com.
You had to know that when Wingstop set out to make a crispy, juicy chicken sandwich, they wouldn't make it in just one flavor. They'd make it in all 12, like lemon pepper, mango habanero, hickory barbecue, and OG hot. So why have one new favorite chicken sandwich when you can have 12? Try the new sauced and tossed Wingstop chicken sandwich today for only $5.49 at Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Valid for a limited time and available at participating Wingstop locations only while supplies last. Price subject to applicable taxes and fees.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high school sports or for yourself and your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Tractor Supply is looking for full-time team members for their Waverly Distribution Center. Tractor has a new progressive pay model where team members receive 5 wage increases in the first 2 years of employment with the ability to earn up to $24 per hour. Applicants can expect a 3 and 4 work week schedule with additional overtime days with and night shift schedules available. At Tractor Supply, they work hard, have fun, and make money. Apply today at tractorsupply.jobs.
Bauer Underground has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see black and white trucks, you know that the best workers in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built upon hard work, authentic people, and a pedigree of success. They're offering top-notch benefits, a matching 401k, and a $600 per year clothing allowance. Bauer Underground, a family-friendly company with room for advancement.
At Venue Catering and Events, we offer 2 of the most historic ballrooms in Lincoln. The Jasmine Room, located in the historic Grand Manse in the heart of downtown, featuring a beautiful built-in antique bar, spacious patio, and soaring Skylit Sailings. The Skystrite Ballroom, located just 2 blocks from the state's capital, boasts intricate hand-carved columns, rich dark wood floors, and lavish chandeliers. The perfect venues to host your wedding, corporate event, or much more. For availability and more information, call us at 402-603-6483.
They might win, they might lose, but either way, you have something to say about it. Don't miss the Husker After Party postgame show immediately following every Nebraska football game. Nick Sainert and Jake Bockoven give instant reaction, quotes from the players and coaches, and take all your phone calls with thoughts on the game. It's the Husker After Party postgame show, only on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Sponsored by Action Plumbing and Heating, Gary Michaels Quilliers, and Brent Excavate.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by Security First Bank, a relationship you can count on.
Your KFXL Fox Nebraska weather. Lots of sunshine forecast for Wednesday, but a high of only 33 with northwest winds gusting up to around 30 miles per hour. We'll see increasing clouds for Wednesday night with a chance of flurries in the low of 17. Gusty winds are back for Thursday with a 20% chance for snow showers, a mix of sun and clouds, and a high of 34. I'm meteorologist Regina Bird for 93.7 The Ticket, ticketfm.com.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We like the girls with the pump to the back. Pump to the back. Pump to the back. We like the girls with the pump to the back. Pump to the back. Pump to the back. We like the girls with the pump to the back. Pump to the back. Pump to the back. Give me the girls with the pump to the back.
Welcome back. Final segment, hour one, old school, 93.7 The Ticket. Jay Foreman, Nathan Brennan, and myself hanging out. Let's go to Honda Lincoln Hotline. Jeff is on the line. Jeff, what's happening?
How you guys doing?
We're good.
I was interested in your discussion you've been having on high school basketball, and thought I might be able to fill in some blanks as I was just recently retired from being the head girls basketball coach at Lincoln Southwest.
Jeff, as we were just talking about, it seems that Lincoln high schools have figured out in the women's programs how to develop to get players within a program and within a scheme and to understand what's going to be required of them at the high school level and be more prepared as they walk in the door than the boys' programs. What is happening in the women's program that it's allowing it to develop at a higher level than the men's programs?
Well, I know at Lincoln Southwest, we had a huge push to have our kids be multi-sport athletes, and we got good response from that. And then about 6 years ago, we instituted a weight and conditioning program in the summer where we had all of our girls sports do it together instead of each sport do it separately.
Wow.
And that way we had our strongest leaders from all of our different sports, and they pushed all of our other kids to make themselves better physical athletes. And then at that same time, we would work our open gym times and our skill sessions around those times so that they wouldn't be occupied all day with being at school, because they're kids and they want to do stuff in the summer too.
As you put numbers together from your top level to your bottom level that was under your watch, what kind of numbers were required for you to be able to put on to make solid decisions on personnel and not having to keep somebody who wouldn't necessarily help the program long term? What kind of numbers do you have within your program?
Well, at a time when I first started coaching as an assistant in Northeast, when we had 4 high schools, we were required to field 5 teams and keep 60 kids. Wow. Now, on the girls' side, that's a little bit difficult to do sometimes.
Okay.
Because I don't know that you can go into any school in Lincoln and find 60 kids that you can say are going to develop to become possible varsity basketball players.
Okay.
Part of the problem that you run against on the girls' side is volleyball is such a huge sport in the state, and you'd be surprised at how little crossover there is between volleyball and basketball players. And a lot of that has to do with club volleyball runs during the winter. And those practices are the same times when reserve and freshman teams need to practice because they have to practice from 5 to 7. And so they'll choose to go to club volleyball practice rather than be on the freshman or reserve team. My years, we had routinely between 30 to 40 kids come out that we would field 4 teams.
Okay.
We were pretty lucky that we went through a stretch through from 2017 to last year. We made the state tournament 6 years in a row, and a lot of that was done with we had a good freshman group come in, and we were able to establish a really good culture of one. Our most important thing was to get our kids to play without fear of failure, especially for girls. We thought that was a very important thing. We worked on skills, and then it just became an expectation that we play to go to the state tournament, and that's the way our kids were.
Jeff, my question would be in this space, how did you get, or did you get, the lower programs on the same scheme packages that you ran at varsity to run the same things you were running so they'd be prepared by the time they got up to the higher level?
That was always our goal. When I first came in, we didn't have a lot of talent. We were kind of a zone team. Then we got some kids in, and we made a decision we were going to play man-to-man. That man-to-man changed throughout the years depending on our personnel. Sometimes we played more of a pack line man-to-man. In the last couple of years, we were a little bit more aggressive. But we tried to filter that down through all of our JV reserve freshmen, just so they would have those basics, running shell drill every day, those type of things. The basic offenses that we ran, we wanted to make sure that our freshman and reserve teams ran all of those. Any presses that we did, we wanted them to institute those inbounds plays, so that by the time those kids did move up, they were familiar with what we were doing.
Jeff, how important was using the verbiage and getting those younger players to know the verbiage that they were going to have to be accountable for at the higher level?
I think it's huge. We were fortunate that my assistant, who's the head coach now, Tim Beretta, he coached in the Lasers program. I helped him in the Lasers program. So we did have a lot of kids come out of that program. We also had kids who played for Nebraska Attack. We had kids who played for OSA. So we had a lot of those kids, but we would use, verbiage on like driving baseline and kicking a pass across, letting kids know that, we call that throwing a Vegas. And so our kids got into that, and the more and more, it was something they kind of liked. And the more and more we did that, the better they were at that. And it just made everything more familiar. So you could say, we're going to run this fade screen, or we're going to run, we're going to drive to the corner, throw a Vegas type of thing. And I think that ultimately helped everybody kind of be on the same page.
Jeff, thank you for calling in. Can I ask that during this basketball season, we head into basketball season, especially with our coverage of Lincoln and the Lincoln girls specifically, that you stay in touch and kind of guide us through and walk us through. We have your intelligence and intellect as a part of what we do. Can you do that for us?
I would love to do that. I really appreciate you guys, and I love your show, and I think both of you guys do a fantastic job.
Jeff, thank you, kind sir. Greatly appreciate it. Great stuff. There's so much to that, Jay.
That's
good.
It's a lot of the things
that's good.
I'm pretty sure I've seen Jeff a few times if he's with the Lasers.
That's good. We'll throw it a break, and then we're going to get Jay Foreman's brain into Wisconsin football. It's Wisconsin week here at 93.7 The Ticket.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machining, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
Are you looking for some holiday fun right in the heart of downtown Lincoln? Bring your friends and family to Lincoln's largest drive-through Christmas lights experience. This show features countless high-quality lights in vibrant colors, holiday props, and favorite characters of the season, all synchronized to music to enjoy in your car. Start a new holiday tradition this year and experience the magic of Nebraska Christmas Light Show at Haymarket Park from November 26th to January 3rd, 5 p.m. to midnight. Purchase tickets today at NebraskaChristmasLightShow.com.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Tractor Supply is looking for full-time team members for their Waverly Distribution Center. Tractor Supply has a new progressive pay model where team members receive 5 wage increases in the first 2 years of employment with the ability to earn up to $24 per hour. Applicants can expect a 3- and 4-day work week schedule with additional overtime days with both day and night shift schedules available. At Tractor Supply, they work hard, have fun, and make money. Apply today at tractorsupply.jobs.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $24.11 per hour, which grows to $28.27 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $32.76 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Casey's General Stores is giving 2 tickets to each Nebraska football home game this season. To enter, just head to any Casey's General Store location in Lincoln during the football season, scan the QR code at the front counter, and fill out the online form. One winner will be chosen at random 2 days before that week's game. So head over to Casey's, stock up on all your tailgating snacks and drinks, and register to win 2 tickets to the Nebraska football game, brought to you by Casey's General Store and 93.7 The Ticket.
If you need to sell equipment and trucks, Ritchie Brothers' new Lincoln Satellite Yard lets you free up space at your property and get local access to all Ritchie Brothers auctions. Drop your equipment off and sell it online at any Ritchie Brothers auction, Iron Planet, or via Marketplace E. The yard is at 8801 US 6 Lincoln. It's secure and makes for easy in-person buyer inspections and pickup. Take advantage of this yard to sell at Ritchie Brothers Great Plains Regional Auction, September 15th and 16th. For details, visit rbauction.com/Lincoln.
Wow. Did you ever save me money on my car?
Yes. Well, numbers keep coming.
How do you, friendly car dealer, ?
We simply have low overhead and high trade-in values. The next line's yours.
Oh.
Ready for something better? Mullen Motors is a no-hassle, no-pressure dealership with financing available. Check out the inventory at MikeMullenMotors.com.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your KFXL Fox Nebraska weather. Lots of sunshine forecast for Wednesday, but a high of only 33 with northwest winds gusting up to around 30 miles per hour. We'll see increasing clouds for Wednesday night with a chance of flurries in the low of 17. Gusty winds are back for Thursday with a 20% chance for snow showers, a mix of sun and clouds, and a high of 34. I'm meteorologist Rena Bird for 93.7 The Ticket, ticketfm.com.
Bauer Underground has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know that the best workers in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built upon hard work, authentic people, and a pedigree of success. They're offering top-notch benefits, a matching 401k, and a $600 per year clothing allowance. Bauer Underground, a family-friendly company with room for advancement.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again. Then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
Learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Old School, we are back. We are back. The off-air conversation is just funny. Old School brought to you by the Mercado's Certified Piedmontese 84th and Havelock.
Have we sent Nathan out there to
Butcher
really shop?
No, we need to hold Nate's hand.
Okay.
The fact that he doesn't necessarily know how to cook a tomahawk.
What?
We're gonna go out there, man. Just relax. Just chill, Nate. Don't take it personal.
All right.
And just let us just kind of teach you the isms.
You
man.
got it. All right. Invite me over for dinner.
Okay.
Show me what's good.
I'll
We can do that. You get invited to the cookout.
All right.
Yeah.
You get invited to.
Yeah.
Okay, so Nathan,
I might even bring you over because I'm gonna cook chitlins for Thanksgiving.
Don't
You
go.
can come.
Don't
Nate,
go.
you're
Do
coming.
not eat the
DP
chicken.
always says
Do
avoid
not
the
eat the
chitlins.
chicken. Do not.
Nate,
Do not.
Nate,
do
but
not.
your face, the
Nate.
way that the party started, your face looks like you like chitlins.
No.
I've never had them.
No, because
Text line,
because then
starter
you
Heyman text line. We're gonna take a poll. Do you like chitlins? Because these Nebraska brothers out here, these Nebraska cats, they eat everything.
402-464-5685. Chitlins, yes or no? Just let us know. I'm team no all the way hard. Because then you're going to end up, first of all, you're going to end up doing extra hot sauce on them.
No, we're gonna give
And
them a
then-
little finger in Louisiana hot sauce.
And then you're going to end up having to do shots of liquor to kill the taste that's in your mouth. Right? The first time you
Nate.
bite into a
So it's a
chitlin,
lose-lose situation.
the first time you bite.
Don't let him. DP.
Ah,
Look,
my stepfather-
downtown Scott said he's down like 4
my
flat tires.
stepdad, chitlins was his thing. That was his jam. He was DC cop. This was his thing.
Yes, sir.
And I avoided the house. One, just for him cleaning them, the stench of pig intestines.
Thomas and Lincoln. He's soft.
The stench.
Soft.
Nathan, you've never smelled anything until you smell somebody cleaning chitlins
Listen
for
here.
the first time.
He's from Virginia Tech. He didn't smell worse.
Moonshine. Yeah. There's some of that, but no, I can't do. I
All
can't.
right,
Okay, so I gave Nathan homework.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, I didn't know.
Your task was to learn the 3 members of the Sugar Hill Gang.
Suspect at best.
No, I didn't. All right, there we are.
Suspect at best.
Look at
On
it. This is what
Wisconsin.
I used to do in school right before class.
See, I needed for you to learn the 3 members of the iconic Sugar Hill Gang, right? There's Wonder Mike, Big Bank Hank, and Master G. All right, so now you got to go and learn. You got to learn the words to Rapper's Delight. You got to be able to rap along with Rapper's Delight. All right. So next week before Thanksgiving, we're gonna play Rapper's Delight, and just to have you rap along with.
How about this? Actually, doing a little bit of homework.
Uh-huh.
Rapper's Delight was the first rap single to become a top 40 hit on the Billboard Hot 100.
Yeah, it was. I had literally had to fight the DJ at my school to play Rapper's Delight at the high school dance because they didn't want hip hop. They were like, "What is this hippity hoppity hippity?" I was like, "Oh, just play it. You got all these. You got 300 girls in here waiting for this song. Play the song. Just do it." And it worked. So there's that.
And now here we are.
There's that. Well, do you know what the second one was? And it wasn't a hip hop artist. It included one of the greatest DJs to ever do it, but it was by Blondie. Debbie Harry included. It was called Rapture, and it had a world's famous DJ in it, and she did her thing. So there's that. Jay Foreman, it is an interesting week. We talked about Nebraska's ability to attack, ways that they can attack this thing. But we've got to understand the personnel of Wisconsin and what they like to do. Now, they are top 10 in tackles for loss. They've got an Associated Press second-team preseason All-American in Nick Herbig.
Right.
What does Herbig bring, and what can you do against somebody with his talent?
Yeah, well, what he brings is he's a little bit different than the normal guys that have been playing in that position, outside linebacker, because he's not 6'4", 240. He's about 6'2", 225. But he's a ball player though. He affects the game in the run and pass. He has a unique ability to make the big play, and he's pretty consistent. He was actually, quite as kept one of their best productive players. If you look at his factor rating last year. So what he does, which is different, he can rush the passer, obviously.
But 11 sacks so
but
far.
for him, he has a plethora of moves, and it's all predicated on his get off, hand placement. He's physical for 200. He's a long kid for 228. Long for being 6'2". So he's physical, so he can go speed to power. He can beat you with counter. He has a kind of little bit of a not hump move, but he's hitting you with the straight arm inside attack the inside shoulder and kind of just get inside of you. So he has a plethora of moves. They move him around just a little bit, but as to what you asked, how to negate that, what you do is you send multiple blockers at him, multiple schemes, make him do things that he's not comfortable doing, shift, get him a little bit off of his game. That means maybe you line up with two tight ends in a wing set, then you might flip to the other side, motion the guy back, then you run inside outside zone to him or away from him. Then you might come with on the ball tight end, motion or shift the tight end over there, negative motion actually by the receiver, crack toss, right? Now, but you got to block him though. Okay, so the biggest thing is always get a hat on him, and then as you're doing it, slide protection to him one time, fake cut at him, go to the flat, half slide to him with protection inside or outside by the say running back or Chancellor Brewington or whoever's in there. So you got to give him different looks. Because he's their tempo setter and he's their playmaker. So as the defense has been playing well the last 2 weeks, he came back and got healthy. They had been struggling up to that point, but he's the guy that makes a lot of their plays. And so you kind of negate him and keep him off his game. That bodes goes a big way for you to be productive in the run and pass game. Because if you look at Wisconsin, go back to the Washington State game, the physicality factor wasn't there. Right. So now you're showing up to a game with an even Steven fight, knowing that Nebraska, especially defensively, is played three physical teams. Now, offensively, you've shown very, very little spurts and continue to actually play decent the last 3 weeks. This is a big challenge here because you got a next level player, right? Now, what you did was you did pretty good against Illinois, right? As far as pass protection, missed on the one that got hit Casey, but most of you need to continue along that. But if you give different looks at these guys, if you want a kind of a perfect example of how teams are attacking the Cowboys now, you know what I'm saying? For Micah Parsons, they're running at him, directly at him, getting a hat on a hat, and making him make plays. Now, granted, you got to have players to do that, but they're running different formations and shifts to him. They're getting him to where he's having to adjust because they're basing on their defense, right? Does he have to cover? Does he have to set the edge?
Well, can't we make him cover? I mean,
right. That's what I'm saying, by different formations, or are we extending it? So if he's always sometimes with the outside linebacker, he's always outside, or say you could be always outside number 2 or always inside number 2. Well, it depends on where that number 2 is. If that number 2, if you're on the boundary side and that number 2 is way out there, middle of the field towards the other hash, and he's lined up tight to the tackle, well, it's a smoke screen right there. Block on that. Either you block the guy out there on the edge because it's a one-on-one block, or you block the guy on the edge and then you hit the alley defender. Then it's up to Alante Brown, Trey Palmer, Omar Manning, and those guys,
Marcus Washington,
to make somebody miss.
Yeah.
And then that's how explosive plays. So you kind of got to make sure you're playing a game with them, and everybody has to be on point because now they have other players, but this guy with him and the safety, they definitely feed off each other because they have a safety that has 5 interceptions. So that's letting you know that he's playing everything from top down.
Torchio is a ball hawk.
He's Jim Leonard Jr.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to ask about Leonard because he is a defensive specialist.
Right.
And what he's done is turn loose the monsters. Like he's set free. Like once he's taken over, he's 3-2 as the interim head coach. And what he's done is just turn loose these defensive players. Like he'll play with 5 defensive backs. He'll go nickel and kind of do what Nebraska does and make you kind of identify who's coming, who's responsible. But what's his MO aside from that? Is there a way that Nebraska can attack what they do with their nickel backs?
You mean as far as offensively?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's the same thing. It's you can get the edge on these guys. I feel like we have skill position as far as our receivers and tight end against.
There's some advantages.
There's distinct advantages.
Yeah.
Now we got to catch the ball. That's number one. So what teams have been really successful against Wisconsin, they've just plotted down the field. They'll give you a 6-yard out. They'll give you a 6. Take it, and then be okay with getting a 3-yard run. Well, then those 3-yard runs turn into a 30 or 40 Chase Brown up the sideline because they get tired of doing the same thing over and over and over. What Wisconsin wants you to do is play football the way that they want to play. No motions, no shifts, kind of in like a phone booth, and they have their outside linebackers almost like in a 45 degree. So they're just clamping you down in besides the tackle, shutting down the run lanes, right? Holding a point with their tackle. Their nose tackle is pretty good. And then their linebackers are just coming downhill and making plays.
It's interesting when you look at film on them, Jay, because as you said, the secondary skill from an athletic standpoint, they're not impressive.
Right.
But from an IQ standpoint, they know where they're supposed to be. They know who they're supposed to have their eyes on, and to do that, them as a unit tackling, they're better early in games than they are late.
Exactly. So that's why I'm saying extend drives, keep making them make plays. And then eventually what they do to other teams is done to them. They get warned because it seems like once was, we just talked about Clubber Lang and stuff about St. John's. They're the same thing. You extend this game as far as offensively, putting together good drives, taking the points when you can get it, so forth and so on, not shooting yourself in the foot, staying ahead of the chains or even with the chains. And then what I mean by even with the chains is not starting 1st and 15 because you forgot to snap the ball, you got to delay a game, or you jumped offside before we even got into our cadence.
Right.
Those type of things.
Right.
And then you make them play football. You look at how they've played, right? When they're the most healthiest, they won 38-0, lost 14-7 at home to Washington State, killed New Mexico State, got blown out by both Ohio State and Illinois at home. Then they beat Northwestern, lost to Michigan State, beat Purdue, beat Maryland, lost to Iowa, and pretty much Iowa controlled that whole game. Now, Iowa, what they did was they took what they could get offensively, but then they made their offense essentially one-handed. And obviously Iowa blocked the punt. So we should be thinking about cranking it up on special teams. Pick six, and didn't allow them any explosive runs in the run game.
They made tackles.
Right.
They made tackles.
So that's it. Do your job, get off the blocks. Don't just do your job and fit and just be there and just kind of just get going through the motions. Do your job, get off blocks, and gang tackle. And it's got to be all game, and it's a easy recipe because we can write it down on paper, 3 or 4 things. The hard thing is what they make you do. They make you go out there and do it.
But this Nebraska offense has 2 weapons that I just don't think is utilized enough in Vokalek and Brewington. I mean, especially with linebackers that are aggressive tackle loss guys. You as a linebacker, you said 100 times, the way to put them under duress is to make them responsible for the space behind them.
Right. That's a matchup. First of all, you got the kind of physically, you got 2 different guys in Brewington and Vokalek. That's definitely matchup problems physically against these dudes. Height, weight, speed.
Yep.
So let's make these guys play in space. We could come out 12 personnel, right? We can come out with 12 personnel and have one tight end check release on 19. And then I want to see how well one of their inside linebackers matches up against our tight ends. I want to see how well their inside linebackers maybe, match up against Anthony Grant on a delayed check down. But to do that, now this is a statement. If Casey's doing this is definitely, if Casey's playing, it's definitely this is advantage Nebraska. But the other guys that have to do it is where they have to be superior in their footwork and timing and how they're going about getting it, because the things that have hurt Nebraska quarterbacks, Chuba, which obviously he's out for the rest of the season in particular, is, and this is, we'll get Barry on tomorrow, I think, is that the talk about as he's dropping back, his shoulder angles starts to get more vertical. So when he goes to throw the ball, even though he's thinking I'm throwing it to where you're going to go, it's going to where you're at, because his shoulder angles change so much. And so as a linebacker, I used to love that. That's why you see so many passes behind the quarterback. I'm undercutting everything.
Well, I mean, but that's easy film study, and it's a part of what frustrates me, because a way to even and balance that out is to have Logan Smothers plant his foot, go get 4 yards, and reload again, because that frustrates the linebacker, because he's held under duress and made to idle.
Yeah, first of all, a lot of linebackers don't like coming out of coverage and tackling essentially a running back or whatever, because they're at an advantage.
Yeah,
you're backpedaling, you're dropping, you're settling down. They're coming 5
Yeah,
yards.
you're expending energy. Your eyes in the wrong place
with a lot of space, and you could end up on Instagram getting your ankles broke. So it's going to take a 4-quarter game. It's definitely a winnable game. I do think Nebraska did some good things defensively last week. I think offensively, they have got to figure it out. Now, if Casey's playing, it's a totally different ballgame, but it starts and stops with doing the simple things. The amount of drops. Now, granted, the take the games where Chuba played, and so just the amount of drops when Casey played has got to stop.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, there's only 2 games, but the balls that are catchable, catch the football.
Is it as a receivers coach, I can say that I know that the spin, rotation, arm release slot is different from each guy.
Right.
And so having Casey throw it versus Logan, they're two different footballs. It's 2 different footballs. But the responsibility, it's literally in the job description, catch the football. Like, that doesn't matter who's throwing it, doesn't matter what the location is. That's what the responsibility is. We talked about Herbig, but this defense last week, they had 4 different people get sacks up front.
Yeah.
Like, that panics me a little bit against this offensive line. It gives me a little bit of confidence.
It doesn't for me, because they faced a defense better from game one to game right now in Illinois, where they came when they played Illinois. Illinois had 23 sacks, which I think was leading the Big Ten.
Yes, and Rutgers before that.
But 16 of those sacks came from 4 players.
Yeah.
So you had 4 dudes that were getting to the quarterback.
Yeah.
That's through 8. I think it was 8 games or whatever, right?
So
at that point in time, they know it, and really for the most part they did well. Now the play that Casey got hurt, it was they flipped the line. Turner got beat. The 2 guys that were, in my opinion, that were check released a little too early, and then it was the injury or hit on Casey. I call it a one-off. You got hit when right at the sweet spot of his elbow. He was going forward with his force, and that guy had an elbow brace on. So the amount of force with the hard plastic or fiberglass, that might not never happen ever in his career again.
Right.
So, I think they should feel confident. They should feel at times that they pass blocked, pretty good. They just haven't run blocked well.
If Casey plays, and it looks from today's word, it appears that it's leaning towards Casey playing Saturday. This opens up the field, right? This is, that Casey walked into this thing. When he left, he was in the top 10 for deep balls in the country.
Well, then it just brings a different energy. You got a leader in there, and that he's a tough kid. He's going to come to play, and then also now it sends Wisconsin back to the drawing board, because they're looking at Casey or at the offense when Casey played. So that now going into this game, if Logan, they're thinking like, okay, we're going to just man up, blitz it, and then we're just going to deal with it. Now you got to deal with everything. You got a guy that Casey knows the offense. He's going to push the guys to do better. He's going to execute, and he throws one of the better deep balls in the Big Ten.
Yeah, it's good
against a team that doesn't guard the deep ball.
Yeah, they're not good at the deep ball. We'll throw it to break here. I want an extra minute or 2 because I want to get to the other side of the ball and talk about Graham Mertz, Braylon Edwards, and Braylon Allen, and this Nebraska defense, and an opportunity for them to step up and actually send the seniors out with a win on Senior Day. We'll talk about that when we come back to Old School.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Wow. Did you ever save me money on my car?
Yes, that's why our customers keep coming back.
How do you do it, friendly car dealer ?
We simply have low overhead and high trade-in values. The next line's yours.
Oh.
Ready for something better? Mullen Motors is a no-hassle, no-pressure dealership with financing available. Check out the inventory at MikeMullenMotors.com.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
This is Todd Riley with American Senior Benefits. If you qualify for Medicare, then you're probably getting bombarded with information right now about different options during the annual election period. It can all be incredibly overwhelming. We're here to help. The experts at American Senior Benefits can help you navigate all of your options and make the best decision for you. You can reach out via our Facebook page, American Senior Benefits Lincoln, or call me directly at 402-413-9510. Let us help you make an informed decision at American Senior Benefits.
Bauer Underground has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know that the best workers in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built upon hard work, authentic people, and a pedigree of success. They're offering top-notch benefits, a matching 401k, and a $600 per year clothing allowance. Bauer Underground, a family-friendly company with room for advancement.
A good game with good friends. But isn't it time to up the score when it comes to the food? Wings and Rings is here for every football fan. Catch the game on one of their big screens or snag a tail great pack to go. They're cranking up the heat and throwing in mad flavor this season. Stop by your locally owned Wings and Rings on O Street, Meridian Park, or 48th and Old Cheney in Williamsburg Village, or grab some crave-worthy Wings and Rings to go. Make them your go-to destination to watch your team bring home the win. Wings and Rings. Game time just got better. Join DP and Jay Foreman for Old School Thursday from 4 to 6 p.m. at the Scarlet Hotel at Innovation Campus. The guys will be broadcasting from the Barred Owl Patio Bar on the top floor. Come see the best views in town with great drinks on Thirsty Thursday from the Scarlet Hotel at Innovation Campus.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $24.11 per hour, which grows to $28.27 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $32.76 per hour with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
We're still as busy as we've ever been. Across the country, you may see a small slowdown, but in Lincoln, Nebraska, we're not slowing down.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
Our Southwest Lincoln development is just going great as we keep growing in Southwest Lincoln. Down the road, we'll have a new school, so that's exciting. We also have a new development out in East Lincoln over by Hillcrest Country Club. Just a real neat subdivision because it features trees, great views. If you're concerned about interest rates, many lenders in town offer extended lock periods. So it's worth contacting a lender and asking them about an extended lock. That's a big deal.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Casey's General Stores is giving away 2 tickets to each Nebraska football home game this season. To enter, just head to any Casey's General Store location in Lincoln during the football season, scan the QR code at the front counter, and fill out the online form. One winner will be chosen at random 2 days before that week's game. So head over to Casey's, stock up on all your tailgating snacks and drinks, and enter to win 2 tickets to a Nebraska football game brought to you by Casey's General Store and 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you looking for some holiday fun right heart of downtown Lincoln? Bring your friends and family to Lincoln's largest drive-through Christmas lights experience. This show features countless high-quality lights in vibrant colors, holiday props, and favorite characters of the season, all synchronized to music to enjoy in your car. Start a new holiday tradition this year and experience the magic of Nebraska Christmas Light Show at Haymarket Park from November 26th to January 3rd, 5 p.m. to midnight. Purchase tickets today at NebraskaChristmasLightShow.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your KFXL Fox Nebraska weather. Lots of sunshine forecast for Wednesday, but a high of only 33 with northwest winds gusting up to around 30 miles per hour. We'll see increasing clouds for Wednesday night with a chance of flurries in the low of 17. Gusty winds are back for Thursday with a 20% chance for snow showers, a mix of sun and clouds, and a high of 34. I'm meteorologist Regina Bird for 93.7 The Ticket, ticketfm.com.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Oh man, welcome back. Jay Foreman is on one on the break. We gotta let you know. Oh, it's good stuff all the way around. We're talking Wisconsin. It's Wisconsin Wednesday, and a chance for us to get some more details on what's going on and who this opponent is and what to expect. Do me a favor though, Husker Nation. Go on YouTube and find Locked On Huskers and subscribe. Go do that, if you would please. It's daily content. Some good stuff. We did 2 videos today. We did a basketball one, a baseball one, breaking down the season, and we talked a little bit about some of the record book stuff that we were talking about earlier today. Jay Foreman, when you talk Wisconsin offensively, as much as people want to talk about Braylon Allens and Graham Mertz, I want to talk about this offensive line because we know what Wisconsin linemen look like. They are all 6'6", 315 pounds.
Yeah,
they're all long.
I don't know about that though, man. When you look at
Nelson's 6'7", 310. Bartolini is 6'5", 313. Tipman at center is 6'6", 315. Wedig is 6'7", 315. Malman at right tackle is 6'8", 315.
Those are some grown men.
Right? No, but these are all – look, there's not a senior in the bunch.
Yeah.
This is a young, angry, long offensive line.
But they're lean, though.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by that. This is the highest they'll ever be, though. The highest weight they'll ever be.
Right? I mean,
they
have a type.
You know the cat that's 6'8", 315, he went to high school where Bryce Benhart went.
Like they ooh. So we got the other Gruden, is that what you're saying?
No, you got to do eat glass. They did. But yeah, I mean they got a big line. They lean on you. They run their scheme. They are who they are. I mean it's a well-oiled machine, man. It's not like a it's not anything fancy. We're here. We big as heck.
We're gonna lean on you. We're gonna grab you. We're gonna grab you. Get hands on.
Yeah, they probably the most holding team in the big.
Minnesota's the holdingest, but Wisconsin is real. They 1B.
Wisconsin is
1B.
Notoriously watch how much they hold, but they know that the ref isn't going to call it much. But Wisconsin does not like at the point of attack penetration, so we have to do a really good job there. We got to play good with leverage and hands and stuff like that, and be able to get ourselves off blocks and make plays. And so, the one thing I will say, since Jim Leonard has taken over and with Bobby Ingram as their head coach, their passing game has expanded and they've become more explosive. Now they got Shamari Dyke, number 13, the receiver. He's 6'1", about 200 pounds.
He's their guy.
He can flat out run. And you got Bobby Ingram's kid out there. He's going to be able to come play. He's more of like a slot receiver. Skylar Bell has been good. So he's been like a young.
That's the freshman, right?
That's the young guy. So they have some guys that can stretch the field, make some more plays. So they're not just 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
But they're not. Hey, we're gonna catch the 3 yard. We're not gonna shake you and break you.
No, they're gonna get open. They're gonna run a few pass concepts, and you bust the coverage. They'll get it, and they'll cock the head back on you. I think that one of the things that they missed is Ferguson as a tight end because he was dominant, but I think that he was also dominant in the run game as well. So
they use 4 tight ends in the run game,
right? But last year they only needed to use 1, and he was really good in the run game, and obviously he was really good in the
What
pass
does
game.
Nebraska do when Wisconsin comes out in their 3 tight end set? Because they're going to use it a lot.
Keep doing what they're doing. Jack them up and let's go. I mean, it's not like you got 3 Gronkowskis over there.
Yeah, they're all about 250.
You gotta just go and play and make plays. I mean, Wisconsin ain't changing. They're the same. This same tape that you seen last year.
Where do you put Braylon Allen in the Big Ten running pyramid? Is he 1, 2, 3, 4?
Well,
like Nebraska's faced 4 straight.
Yeah, I think
1,000-yard rushes.
Corum is number 1. Slightly. Chase Brown is right there, and then Mo Ibrahim,
Ohio State.
And then I'll just say both Ohio State dudes because they split time.
Yeah.
And then I would put Braylon Allen, but they're all program starters.
Right. I mean,
they're all guys that they're day 1 starters at their program. So it's not like, of course, there's some that are. I think Blake Corum and Chase Brown are next level, but Braylon Allen is right there. I think
Braylon Allen's
Allen,
also 18 years old.
I was just about
to
say that this dude right here, by the time his junior year comes, he's barely going to be 19 years old. He's going to go in there and be in the NFL at 20 years old, and he's going to be a grown man.
Grown man right now.
So for him,
that is insane.
It's different. He's been extremely consistent, right? 100 yards a game, and that shows how really good he is because he burst on the scene last year, kind of like
surprise.
Out of nowhere. But the fact that he can do it this year, when everybody knows it's they're keying on him, lets you know he's for real. He has breakaway speed. He's big as a house, and you can't hit him up top, as we saw Cam Taylor-Britt literally bounce off of him like a little gnat. You have got to hit this dude, right? You have got to hit this dude mid-area, right in his gate, and you have got to gang tackle this dude. But if you do gang tackle this dude, he will fumble. He's not a fumbler by nature, but if you gang tackle him, he will fumble. He will give it up.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we found out. This is what Iowa showed, that the gang tackle was necessary and a part of what happened. But it's also imperative for Nebraska to get to the feet and get in the throwing windows of Graham Mertz, because it changes him from a pretty good Big Ten quarterback to an awful one by getting pressure and not allowing him to step in.
And it necessarily doesn't have to be sacks. You got to get him off of his first or second.
Get him off his spot.
Right. And they're going to Bell and Shamar Dyke. That's it. I mean, both of them are averaging 15 yards a catch. That's explosiveness. So that's a part of the offense that Wisconsin didn't really have last year.
So why is this team 5-5?
Well, I mean, you got to look at the record from when Jim Leonhard took over. So they're 3-2. They essentially gave Michigan State a free victory. I mean, they just literally found a way to.
And they did that against Iowa. They gave Iowa
in
the game.
5 games that he's been there, or however many games that he's been there.
He should be 5-0.
It should be 5-0. 3-2. But they're not the best Wisconsin version, but they're still Wisconsin. They're healthier now.
Well, but I mean, they've made the program has gone to 20 straight bowls.
Right. They're 5-5. They got 2 games to get the 6 wins. And
is this one? But this is one to get, right? Like if you're Nebraska, this is tailor made for Nebraska to jump up and get one.
Oh yeah. Oh, if you beat Wisconsin, them text line and them phone conversations about to be different.
I mean,
I would hate to be having to make a decision.
Well, but this, as I said, I mean, this is not an
I will be pimping up in that office right there. Because these dudes from Wisconsin has beaten Nebraska 8 times in a row. And what's this trophy that they got?
Yeah,
they've beaten Nebraska 8 times in a row, 6 times in a row.
They don't even bring the trophy anymore.
They're playing for the Freedom Trophy.
They don't even bring it anymore. They don't even bring it anymore. Through all of this, right? That Defensively, we understand what Wisconsin does and how Nebraska can approach and do it in a simple way. We're not talking about it's not going to take rocket science to attack Wisconsin's defense. From an offensive standpoint, we know what Wisconsin does. Wisconsin's personality is so rock solid in who they are and how they do it. We know the personnel. We know the scheme because the scheme they're not going to change from it. They're not going to be different. So through all of this, is this a game where maybe the special teams steps
Special
up?
teams got to be special. Defense has got to be special. We got to play as good as we did for 3 quarters against these last 3 backs, and we need to play better than we did last week. I felt like our fits were right last week, but I think there was way too many leaky yardage. We got to knock this dude back. I emphasize we. It can't be one guy hitting him and then everybody sitting there watching.
But this is why I asked you yesterday about what you would say to the linebackers, because this is this is an interior tackle and linebacker game.
This would be a phenomenal last 5 weeks. I mean, I'm thinking dude, I might try to get 60, 70 tackles. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you up here, these dudes is running.
This is it. This is in a phone booth. You know that
they ain't fair. There's no fair dodging. I mean, you tell them little DBs, Newsome and Hartzog, y'all on your own. We coming to hit today. Get your little butt up in there and set the edge. Start biting at the ankles like you guys always do. But we do not ask for any help. You ain't getting none. That dude right there is mine. That's it. This is what we doing here up in here.
I mean, from a linebacker standpoint, in my heart of hearts, you would be drooling at this game.
Oh, it was. I'm gonna tell you, man. Here's what when I used to play when we used to play Pittsburgh in NFL, or when we play a team like this, I ain't showering for a couple of days. Straight up. I'm only changing my drawers. I ain't brushing my teeth. You know what I'm saying? I'm just showing up just straight up, just Neanderthal. I don't even
not shaved.
You
ain't combing the hair.
You got guck in your eye.
Not brushing your teeth. It's
you know what I'm saying? I'm just straight up. I don't like nobody. That's just the mindset. I ain't coming in here. I ain't trying to have a nice suit on. I don't want no tie. I don't want nothing. No cufflinks. No nothing. I just want to just straight up, put the tape on, whatever. Get out the way. Let's go.
What do you say to the big guys up front on a day like this? What do you say in the huddle? What are you saying to Wynn and Colton Feast and
in all seriousness, let's get off. We have got to get off fast, right? All right. Let's do what we do for it. Let's. You've seen
throw this dude away. Stop patty caking with this dude,
right?
And get to work.
But you've seen us Nebraska play well and against the run. This is what we're doing. We got to do it all game. So let's get off quick. Let's not give this dude any room or any confidence. This is what we're gonna do. We got to hit this dude, and we got to hit. Everybody's got to hit him. I mean, Colton Feast does a really good job of doing his job and running to the ball. And I'm talking about. I remember we played. I think it was Amon Green one time, and I will never forget this. And we had the same type of mindset. And I had Amon, and I was falling back, and I had him. And we used to have this thing. Remember when Tony Siragusa hit Rich Gannon?
Yeah. We
had Seth Payne. And I'm literally looking up, and I was thinking to myself, oh, you know what? Right?
This is not going to end well.
This ain't going to end well. And Seth, who was 310, fell on Amon. He says accidentally, but he literally dead weight body slammed on. Hey. And all the air went out of my body, and I'm sitting there wheezing and stuff, right? Because I'm at Seth is like, "You all right?" I'm like, "Yeah." And literally, because the next day in meetings, he's like, "What were you thinking?" He's like, "Seth is real cool." He's like, "Sorry, bro." He's like, "Man," he's like, that's how we do it. We gotta try to take it. And then he's like, "What were you thinking?" I was like, "You know what I was really thinking?" I mean, literally, it's slow motion too. Because I already had kind of the tackle, and Seth was just coming in there to finish him off. And I'm like, oh, and it's here he comes. And it's poof. So that's what you got to do, man. You got to lean on this dude. You got to drive this dude through the ground.
I just want to, we'll take a break here and get to the final segment. But I want to ask you, who's having the best year of those interior bigs, because I think there's been growth with Robinson and Feast and Wynn and company. But I want to ask you when we come back, who's had the best growth for the Huskers up front? We'll do that when we come back to Old School.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you need to sell equipment and trucks, Ritchie Brothers' new Lincoln Satellite Yard lets you free up space at your property and get local access to all Ritchie Brothers auctions. Drop your equipment off and sell it online at any Ritchie Brothers auction, Iron Planet, or via Marketplace E. The yard is at 8801 US 6 Lincoln. It's secure and makes for easy in-person buyer inspections and pickup. Take advantage of this yard to sell at Ritchie Brothers' Great Plains Regional Auction, September 15th and 16th. For details, visit rbauction.com/Lincoln.
This is Dan Friedman. Between 2010 and 2019, distracted driving caused more than 40,000 car crashes in Nebraska, with over 14,000 severe injuries and deaths. Please keep your eyes on the road. If you have a smartphone, put it away while you're behind the wheel. It will help keep our community safe and secure. This message is brought to you by Friedman Law Offices, helping injured people. It's what we do. It's all we do. Find us at friedmanlaw.com today.
We're still as busy as we've ever been. Across the country, you may see a small slowdown, but in Lincoln, Nebraska, we're not slowing down.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
Our Southwest Lincoln development is just going great as we keep growing in Southwest Lincoln. Down the road, we'll have a new school, so that's exciting. We also have a new development out in East Lincoln over by Hillcrest Country Club. Just a real neat subdivision because it features trees, great views. If you're concerned about interest rates, many lenders in town offer extended lock periods. So it's worth contacting a lender and asking them about an extended lock. That's a big deal.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
You had to know that when Wingstop set out to make a crispy, juicy chicken sandwich, they wouldn't make it in just one flavor. They'd make it in all 12, like lemon pepper, mango habanero, hickory smoked barbecue, and OG hot. So why have one new favorite chicken sandwich when you can have 12? Try the new sauced and tossed Wingstop chicken sandwich today for only $5.49 at Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Valid for a limited time and available at participating Wingstop locations only while supplies last. Price subject to applicable taxes and fees.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric brings exciting career opportunities for you or someone you know. They are now hiring plumbers, electricians, and HVAC techs and installers to continually build their professional team. They offer competitive pay and full benefits packages that include health, dental, vision, PTO, and 401k options. Action has created a positive team environment for over 50 years. Apply online at actionlincoln.com.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
Your home should not be a zoo to unwelcomed animals. Let the experts at Bats to Rats take care of those problems. Dane has been a leader in wildlife and pest management and prevention in Lincoln and the surrounding area for 15 years. He can help you get rid of bats, rodents, and anything else. Whether it's residential or commercial buildings, schools, apartments, or churches, they're always a phone call away. Call today at 402-310-0904 or visit batsterats.com. Bats to Rats Wildlife Control and Prevention.
Are you looking for some holiday fun right in the heart of downtown Lincoln? Bring your friends and family to Lincoln's largest drive-through Christmas lights experience. This show features countless high-quality lights in vibrant colors, holiday props, and favorite characters of the season, all synchronized to music to enjoy in your car. Start a new holiday tradition this year and experience the magic of Nebraska Christmas Light Show at Haymarket Park from November 26th to January 3rd, 5 p.m. to midnight. Today at NebraskaChristmasLightShow.com.
Don't let high interest rates get you down. Acres has you covered. For a limited time, Acres, the nation's largest combine dealer, is giving you 2% fixed rate financing for 60 months on select used combines. With this incredible offer, you could save thousands. Visit your local Acres location or acres.com to check out the widest selection of low-hour, late-model combines available. Don't wait. The great deal runs out at the end of November. Subject to finance approval. Some restrictions apply. Offer ends November 30th, 2022.
This is Megan Whitaker from the Nebraska golf team. If you've put your clubs away for the winter, it's time to get them back out. There's no need to stop thanks to Double Eagle Golf. Double Eagle is home to Lincoln's best indoor golf simulators. It's perfect for every level of golfer, with everything from casual games for the kids to hyper-realistic simulations of some of the best courses in the world. And the best part, no matter what the weather's doing outside, it's always golf weather inside. See for yourself. Double Eagle Golf, just 5 minutes from downtown at the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street.
At Koppel Chevrolet GMC, we are thankful for so many things this year, starting with our great employees, a generous community, our military personnel, and most importantly, our loyal customer base that continues to drive that money-saving mile of Louisville. Hi, this is Sean Callahan, and on behalf of everybody at Koppel, we want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving and safe travels to wherever they may take you. Happy holidays from Koppel Chevrolet GMC.
Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Oh, man. Final segment, Old School. Ticket Weeknights coming up. We got Big Red Birdies at 8 o'clock. We'll do some replay, but Carter Langer will give you some of his one-on-one tonight as well. Tomorrow we are at, where are we? We're at Scarlet Hotel tomorrow, right? And then Friday we're
bring
Barry's.
me something back. Bring me back.
Barry's on Friday.
You ain't gonna be there. Where you gonna be at?
I'll be here running the board.
Well, you should. Here's
Taking care of business. Tell somebody else to do it.
We're gonna say. I'm gonna say
Jake,
this one
do like
time.
Jake and tell everybody you busy.
Right, like he's just too busy to do anything. But Jake look,
ain't
when
busy.
me and Jay are there, Jake is not busy.
Yeah, Jake
is not busy.
Is he
Jake
chilling?
is
Jake be hoarding any type of drinks or anything.
Oh, all the work is in. All the work is
He
in.
eat all the Scooby snacks.
Yeah. So maybe what you should ask is maybe get Carter to come in an hour early, so you can do the second hour over there with us.
All right.
Like just ask him. He's here now, so you could ask him.
Go
this
kick it
sort of
with
stuff.
you guys.
You know, to do that.
Because I've never been. It looks really nice.
It is nice.
It is everything. It is everything.
It is nice, Nate.
And we got to figure out. So, are you going to be here for Black Friday?
I will be.
Jay, will you be here for? Or are you going to Iowa? I know sometimes you get the bat phone call.
Yeah, I don't know yet.
They sent up.
I don't know if I'm gonna be here for Black Friday. What time? You mean for the game?
3 o'clock game.
The game's at
Pre-game.
11.
No, 3 o'clock.
Nebraska's at 3.
It's 11. It's 11 this
weekend.
weekend. It's
Black
Wisconsin is 11.
The
Iowa
they
is
moved
3
it to
o'clock.
11.
3 o'clock. Wisconsin's at 11.
Tipsy Tina's?
He'll be at Tipsy
When?
Tina Wednesday, Saturday. He'll be there Saturday.
I don't know.
It's gonna be cold. That's.
It's gonna be.
This
cold.
is the
Hey,
one.
Well, this is the game.
This is the
This
one.
is the game that I'm breaking out the parka
This
and my
is-
Elmer Fudd hat.
This is the one that we all dislike.
Best believe Jay Foreman is going to be suited and booted, and I will be warm.
Oh, this is the one. Here's the part, Jay. This is the part I'm trying to adjust with. Because normally I was like 50 pounds heavier, so I can handle the cold. Let me tell you, I lost this weight. This win. This win is just
that hawk is on it.
That's why I got the beard.
Oh, that is not a
Keep you warm.
beard. That is
warm.
not a beard.
Nate,
That is not a
Come
beard.
on.
Nate, stop, man.
That is not a beard.
Shampooing it. I'm shampooing it.
Was it Zoolander? That is not a beard. That is not
We're
what
getting
this
there.
is. Oh man. Okay, so Jay, look, who's played the best? We'll end it with this. Who's played the best of the big defensive interiors? Who's had the best season?
Well, I think
best
Ty Robbins, or not Ty Robbins, but Garrett Nelson.
well, but the interior guys.
Oh, interior guys.
So of the four, Drew.
I'd say quiet as kept. Colton Feast.
Okay.
Straight up, when you watch the tape, he's made some plays, and he's making plays, or he's made plays that don't show up in the stat sheet. So, like a few weeks ago when he played against Purdue, like he blew up. I think O'Shawn made on the kind of like fake counter that O'Shawn Mathis came in, made the play. Well, Feast had blown up the guard so much that the pulling guard couldn't get there. So he's done some good things. I think he's been extremely consistent. He gives a tremendous amount of effort. I know it means a lot to him. He has 6 tackles for loss and a sack. So I think he's done some good things. He really has.
From the
he's
text
second
line,
on the team in tackles for loss.
From the text line, Rico says this, Jay.
Oh,
he says, I ain't never, ever been received an invite to these remotes. Lie. It is an absolute lie. As a matter of fact,
Rico, he's another one always say you got to go somewhere.
He's a dad, so he has nothing else that he could ever do anytime, ever, unless it's go to a basketball game or a volleyball game. If he is constantly invited, come on down to Scarlet, come on down to Barry's, come to Tanner's. Rico, what you just said is not true.
Also, I've invited him to Barry's.
He
Barry's is the place to be when we go remote.
It is he has been invited to say that. As a matter of fact, what we'll do? We'll invite him to do our shift for the pregame show. So it's a remote. He could do an extra segment at Tipsy Tina's, and you and I can go straight to the stadium.
Yeah, where it's warm. Yeah, Rico.
Since you ain't never been invited,
come on down,
you
Rico.
now have an official. There's your invitation.
Yeah,
how about that?
Yeah.
How about that, Nathan?
I'll be at
You are the witness. You are the witness.
I was the witness. I'm invited him to Barry's.
Are you up and open for doing an extra segment Saturday?
Maybe. You guys gotta remember, I'm from Virginia. I don't do cold
I'm
like
from
this.
Virginia.
Cold.
You know how to look.
This
man.
is like it gets cold in Virginia. This is cold.
This is different.
This cold is no joke.
This is different.
It's so cold, like
It's
my
cold.
GPS in my car didn't work.
But we've had my
We
computer.
don't do cold like
this cold shuts down my laptop.
Yeah.
And my phone. So this is how. But this is the one we knew that we've had a really good year with tailgates. The weather's been fantastic. But we knew we were going to get one.
Yeah, I got to find.
You know what I gotta say?
what?
Good luck, Graham Mertz.
Yeah,
Good
because
luck,
he got
Graham
tiny
Mertz.
hands and it'll be cold.
Try and throw the ball.
Tiny hands and it got cold, and we need to hit we need helmets to hit his fingers. So we'll do that. All right, that's it for us. We're going to hand it over to Carter Laundrie. He'll get us through the ticket weeknights, and then we will talk to you guys tomorrow. Come see us down at the Scarlet Hotel. We'll be upstairs at the restaurant. Come on in, have something good to eat. We'll have we'll be giving away tickets. We'll give away a pair of tickets for the Wisconsin game. Come on by and see us. Carter Laundrie up next here on the Ticket.